Welcome back. Our mission today, well, it's all about the shortcut, isn't it? We are diving deep into a stack of sources, specifically the transcript of a popular language learning video. And it promises something pretty incredible: instant natural fluency. We're here to analyze it, not just the words, but the method. It's focusing on shadowing.
Exactly. And this is kind of a high-stakes investigation because the claim is bold. The source says you, the learner, can master 30 sentences, the kind native speakers use every single day, and have them rolling off your tongue naturally, all in just 8 minutes. So we really need to distill how they think that works, how they propose achieving that kind of speed. It sort of flies in the face of conventional wisdom, doesn't it?
Okay, right. Let's unpack this then. If the goal is instant fluency or something close to it, we have to start with the core mechanism. What exactly is the shadowing technique, and why does this video present it as, like, the secret key?
Well, shadowing, at least as it's presented here, is very mechanical. That's an auditory thing. The source is super directive about it. Listen to the sentence, then repeat it exactly as it said. The crucial part is you're focusing entirely on copying the rhythm, the tone, the speed.
So you're not meant to pause, no looking up words or figuring out the grammar.
Not at all. The source explicitly tells the learner, don't think about grammar. It's quite emphatic. If you want that native sound, apparently your cognitive brain needs to, take a back seat. The goal is to let your mouth learn the natural flow of English. Think of it like learning an instrument.
Okay.
You don't start by mastering music theory, right? You start by hitting the keys in the right rhythm. Your mouth is just the instrument here. And shadowing is the sheet music, basically.
That makes sense, actually. It bypasses that whole mental translation step, moves straight to muscle memory, treating language almost like a physical skill. But, okay, if speed and rhythm are everything, then that explains why the lesson is built around this super specific daily routine. They need those fixed, predictable structures to drill the cadence, right?
Precisely. They're deliberately avoiding messy situational conversations. No complex exchanges. They're building a linguistic foundation using what we could call fixed action and fixed time anchors. The idea is if you can master the cadence of your morning routine, you've started to internalize the core stress patterns of English.
Interesting. Let's see how they build that discipline then. Section 1 covers sentences 1 through 10. This is the deep dive into the morning routine itself, waking up, basic hygiene, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and the strength here, I think, is the use of micro details as these linguistic anchors. It's not just I wake up. It's specific. I wake up at 7 every morning. That specific number forces a kind of natural short emphasis. Then you immediately get sensory detail. The alarm clock rings loudly on my bedside table.
Right, that loudly and bedside table. They make it memorable, sure. But more than that, they force you to stress the modifiers and the compound nouns naturally. If you're shadowing right, your voice automatically kind of dips and rises where it should.
It creates a narrative flow. You move quickly from the timestamp 7 a.m. to physical actions. I stretch my arms and yawn before getting out of bed. This is where we really see that fixed action idea taking over. It demands sequential processing from the learner.
And the hygiene specifics really hammer home that disciplinary aspect. You have to internalize, I drink a glass of cold water, not just any water, cold water, and the precision. I brush my teeth for exactly 2 minutes.
Exactly. Those prescriptive details, the cold water, the exactly 2 minutes, they force you, the speaker, to pay attention to those modifiers and adverbs. You can't just rush past them if you're trying to copy exactly. And the final action in this bit, I make my bed before leaving the bedroom. It locks in that complete ordered sequence before you move on.
It's like linguistic discipline, yeah. Okay, so now we transition. Sentences 11 through 20. The complexity seems to ramp up here. We're moving from just you inside to breakfast, chores, work prep, multitasking. How does the source use these details to challenge the learner's flow?
Well, the challenge now is moving beyond just simple sequences. It's about handling complex conjunctions, choices. We start with a coffee machine, then making scrambled eggs and toast for breakfast. They're drilling these common food clusters, making you say them like single units of sound.
And here's where it gets really interesting for me, the fusion of tasks. Real life stuff. They aren't just eating. The source makes the learner practice these continuous action phrases. I eat breakfast while reading the news on my phone. That while is such a key connector word for sounding natural at speed.
Absolutely. And then the post-meal discipline immediately reinforces the structure. After breakfast, I wash the dishes in the sink.
Mm.
This whole sequence ensures the learner can maintain that rapid flow through several related actions.
Okay, then the focus shifts, right? It goes to preparation for leaving the house. And this section uses specific, almost personal details to get the learner using descriptive words. The source says, I choose my clothes for work carefully, and then it gives specifics. I put on my favorite blue shirt and black pants.
That's actually quite a clever pedagogical move, I think, by focusing on your favorite blue shirt. The learner connects an emotional anchor, however small, to a descriptive phrase. It makes the precise pronunciation of favorite, blue, more likely to stick, to be replicated properly in the shadowing. It's shifting the focus away from abstract grammar rules towards evocative descriptive cadence.
Yeah, I see that. And they continue with those external checks. I check the weather forecast on my phone and the logistics of packing lunch in a small container. The section wraps up with that final rapid-fire list. Keys, wallet, and phone. That cluster of nouns. It's tricky to say quickly and clearly without practice, without that shadowing.
The quick succession: keys, wallet, phone. That's exactly how native speakers often list common items. However, the distinct, quick rhythm that, grammar books just can't really teach you effectively.
Okay, so we've established the rhythm inside the house. Now let's look at the leap. From that controlled home environment to the outside world. Sentences 21 through 30. The commute. Arriving at the office. This has to merge the internal routine with external factors in flexible logistics.
Absolutely. And the commitment to timing, which gives you that cadence, stays absolute. It starts with a really definitive departure. I leave my house at 8:30 sharp. That word sharp is so critical for native cadence. It's short, punchy, demands emphasis. Then the details are logistical. Walking to the bus stop, waiting for the No 12 bus to arrive.
It grounds the language in reality. You have to say no, 12 bus, with the rhythm as someone who actually knows their bus route. And even the commute time isn't wasted time, it's dedicated. On the bus, I listen to English podcasts. The source is weaving the learning process right into the daily routine itself. Clever.
And the concrete arrival time. I arrive at my office at 9:15. Then once at the office, the sentences shift again. Now it's professional social interactions, starting with, I greet my colleagues with a friendly smile. That phrase combines an action with a modifier friendly again, drilling the tone.
The structure of the day gets laid out too, with forward-looking statements that make you internalize future markers. Things like, I check my emails and make a to-do list. And setting expectations. I attend 3 important meetings today.
Right. This final set of 10 sentences ensures the learner has practiced language covering time, place, social interaction, future planning, all before they even hit what the source calls the halfway through the day mark. The last line, I work on my computer until 5:00, gives that nice, structured hard start to this section.
Okay, we've seen the structure, the detail. But let's take that critical step back now. This intense focus on fixed, high-frequency routines, making eggs, checking email, it's great for rhythm, I get that. But what are the potential limitations of an approach based purely on shadowing muscle memory? Won't the learner sound, robotic the moment they need to deviate from this exact script?
That's the vital question, isn't it? Because fluency isn't just speed, it's spontaneity, flexibility. The known limitation of pure shadowing, if done in isolation, is exactly that. The lack of creative, spontaneous speech generation. You're relying on retrieval, pulling out these practice phrases, not constructing new sentences on the fly. However, the source seems to be using these 30 sentences as a kind of foundational scaffold. By internalizing the cadence of these fixed structures, the learner is equipping their mouth with the basic mechanics. So the idea might be when they do eventually learn more grammar rules, their mouth is already trained for the speed and rhythm, making those rules feel instantly more usable, less theoretical perhaps.
So wrapping this part up, what does it all mean for the learner? The power of this method, as presented, isn't just picking up vocabulary. It's embedding these rigid, fixed time, fixed action structures directly into your muscle memory, kind of bypassing the complex grammar theory to get an immediate, usable flow, a more native sound, like you said, training your mouth like a runner trains their legs.
Exactly. And we've just covered 30 incredibly detailed sentences, a whole morning, early afternoon, and the source makes it really clear. This is only halfway through my day. This is just the groundwork.
Right, and they're setting up the anticipation for the next phase. Tomorrow's teased content promises the full evening routine, plus something very intriguing. The 5 secret words that make you sound 100% native, which ties right back into that critical goal of mastering tone and speed, not just words.
That's probably where the next layer of sounding natural lies. Those filler words, maybe small connectors, discourse markers, the things that give speech its texture.
Exactly. But before you look ahead to that, here's the immediate challenge, taken right from the source material. To lock in the structure we analyzed today, practice shadowing, repeating the sentence structure. I leave my house at sharp. Fill in your own time. But the key is the inclusion and the emphasis on that word sharp. That's key to the immediate native flow they're promising. So keep shadowing, keep building that muscle memory, and we will catch you for part 2.